Welcome everyone. Anyone who's watched my channel or watched any of the videos that I made back in the day on the Zors Gaming, I know that I'm a pretty big fan of RPGs, and I mean not limited to just the Xenoblade Chronicles ones and all that, also Final Fantasy. So I got the Final Fantasy Pixels Remastered, and just kind of I'm going to go through each one over time and just talk about each game, just how it placed the groundwork of everything. I'm not going to have any spoilers in here, but just kind of want to show when you set up initially in Final Fantasy, the original one. I mean, you can set your names, it has suggested names for each of them, but then it has a class system in there. I mean, each character that you set with the class, they're locked into that class pretty much the whole game. There's one spot, without saying too much about it, where that may change, but as far as like the class you set here, that is kind of what they're stuck with. The warrior, they just kind of smack stuff around. Thief, they're really fast. The monk just punches stuff. So I mean, those three, it's good to have at least two people on your team as one of those. Then I mean, you have your casters on the bottom. I just did the standard setup with my time running through here, so I had the warrior, thief, black mage, and white mage. But I just thought it was kind of cool. It was my first time playing Final Fantasy 1, and just seeing that you could, like, it was the start of a class system. So I mean, it's pretty cool. Like when you're on the map here, you have all this stuff going on. You can enter the castle, you can go into the town. Has a whole battle system in here, so you can just kind of smack things around. No one knows any spells yet. You have to actually go and learn spells. You don't get them as you level up. So on here, there's, I mean, the equipment. Of course, you start off with just basic things, so it's just definitely interesting on here with how things are set up. So you have the MP, instead of having actual points on there, your characters have, so like I can cast 2 of the level 1 spells with each of them if I had the level 1 spells. I do recommend anyone, if you get a chance, to try this one out. It's definitely very basic. Final Fantasy has come a long way since then. I mean, especially like if you get to Final Fantasy VI, that is insanely in-depth with everything, but you can kind of see with the first 3 Final Fantasy games, the building blocks getting up to that. You know, all little people, there's an inn, a weapon shop, an armor shop. This one you actually have white magic and black magic you buy separately in stores. And they have some funny little stuff. Click on the fountain. Let's take a peek at your reflection in the water. Ugh, you're filthy. Use this to wash up. You have an item shop there, so you can kind of see throughout the ages of Final Fantasy how some of these things have changed here. Once again, not really going to get into the story too much on here, but this story is definitely worth checking out. It's pretty easy to follow along. It kind of helps you out knowing where to go. So yeah, I definitely say check this game out, kind of see how the whole Final Fantasy series started. I mean, there are a lot of different places you can play it. Like if you have the original NES, you could probably find it at a used store around $25 to $30. It's like PSP had it for like probably around 15 bucks. You can get the digital version of it for the Switch for $12, or if you're lucky enough to find the physical version, I mean, it has 1 through 6 on it, and depending where you get it, I got it at Play Asia, it was $80, but I mean, it took like a month to get it shipped, so you have all these different options to play it, but I definitely recommend it. It's a pretty good game, just seeing the starting blocks of some of the major RPGs. So I hope you kind of enjoyed this format. It's just something I thought about doing, kind of going over different RPGs, figuring out like what's unique about them, just having a little discussion about it. So please subscribe, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment if you're a fan of Final Fantasy games. If you're not, if you have any questions about RPGs, even if you have any suggestions of different RPGs to just kind of have a chat about. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.